So for those of you that play CFM, we're 4 plays into our custom scheme. Now, if you just use the Seattle Seahawks playbook, again, I just want to reiterate that gun trio offset and the 3 plays that I've shown so far in the scheme are great to use. Also, for the Kansas City playbook, and we're taking a look at the formation right now, gun trio Falcon, if you're a Kansas City playbook user, and in my belief, it's the best playbook in the game. It's the only formation, or sorry, it's the only book in the game that's got gun trio Falcon, gun trio offset weak, and trips tight end. So many, many different plays that you can use where you're audibling and there's barely any movement in players. And that's why I like this scheme so much, especially when we're looking at a custom. So the trio Falcon in the Kansas City playbook, or of course in a custom, has the play called slot out, which we're looking at right here. I love square on the dig. It's very, very deceptive, and obviously at this point of the year, you're going to be facing a lot of cross man. So when we're running bubble screens, which is going to go to circle, and we're running wide receiver screens that are going to go to square, and we're running a lot of high passes, and just a plethora of things. Square's a sneaky little route that can get underneath a lot of those zones. And then to back it up, we've got triangle pulling away other zones and allowing circle to get open on an out route. Then we've got X, which is on one of my favorite routes, which is the speed in by the tight end. This route is so hard to use because it's so fast. Even if they're strafing over the middle, we just wait that extra half a second and it's an easy completion. And then finally the running back, which plays great with everything on an out route. If we block them, we block them, but if not, we want to put them on an out route for sure. So Seattle Seahawks playbook, Kansas City, if you are just playing MUT, if you're using stock playbooks, those are the 2 that you want to look at to take advantage of some of these things, even just stock. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like those playbooks so much, is that for me, I love to quick snap. I love to be able to go in and out of plays and just snap really, really quick. And this is a 1 adjustment play with the running back on an out route. So, as you see here, what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the tight end on a streak, and we're going to block the running back. So that's going to allow us also to take advantage of the little dig route and a high point pass. The out route, as you see, gets open over top of the little dig route. And right here, I think, is the example I'm talking about, where the speed in comes in and he tries to go and user it and strafe. And the route is so fast that it's really, really hard to use her. And again, we've got a user defender that's always checking the tight end. See that? Always checking the tight end. That's what good players do. I've said that many, many times. Good players are checking the tight end first. And that's what we want when we're running single back wide trips formation that I showed, when we're running trips tight end, etc. We want them to be checking the tight end, because then we know that we can have those other reads. And once we get them so much with these other reads, they're going to stop going to the tight end, and that's when we're going to be able to hit them. So that's the way that I run it. As you see right here, we just motion the guy over and block to the side that we think the edge pressure might be coming from. Obviously, this year it's not always going to work because, and again, a user defender right there trying to make a play on that tight end. The route is so fast, especially when we're mixing in all the other stuff, and square is sneaky. So this is, again, this is tough. I feel like stock plays in Madden 17 are better than ever. I really do, because, I'm not a fan of the game, but the way that the game is set up with zones, etc., you just have to call the right play against the right defense and you're going to win. That's really how it goes. And when I was running a lot of player lock, truthfully, it's patched now because they considered it glitchy. But when I was running player lock, a lot of it had to do with, okay, what defense is he calling? Now I'm just going to go to an actual NFL concept, like a Mills, a Flood, Ohio, all that stuff. And I would just go to plays that would beat it with one little adjustment and then run my own route. And that was why I was so unstoppable when running those, because I was just using real life concepts and basically coaching the team to victory with the glitchiness of me being able to run my own route. and with the glitchiness of me being able to beat cover 2. So, in my opinion, that's why a lot of the stuff that I show is just 1 or 2 hot routes this year. It's not fancy stuff like you'd see from me in the past with, for instance, I guess Jumbo Heavy, there's a lot of adjustments I make. And the old Ace Pair Chief schemes that I used to do, yes, there was a lot of adjustments. But for some of this other stuff, it's really just knowing what wins in real life football. And just taking advantage of those little routes. Okay, so he's cross-manning this guy on this guy all the time. Okay, so let's hit him with the sneaky little dig underneath to square. Or high pass near the end zone to the speed in by the tight end. I absolutely love that. You can smart route that route as well. So if it's a first down and you want to, you're close to the first down, you want to confuse or use a defender, just smart route that tight end, and it can get wide open.